So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and today I'm going to be talking about the up and coming fight which is taking place this weekend between Derek Chisora and Otto Wallin. Now this sees the pair meet for the first time, and it's going to be headlining in Manchester, and it's going to potentially be Chisora's last chance to fight in the UK. A lot of people are talking about his next fight, his 50th fight is going to be abroad. So for most boxing fans that have got a ticket, this will be the final chance in the UK to watch him fight live. I am one of them lucky fans as well, and I am looking forward to seeing the War Chisora go up against a good, tough, rugged opponent in Otto Wallin. Now, for those that know boxing, know Chisora, and both should know Otto Wallin as well. Both guys are ranked quite highly in the governing bodies, and also as well amongst um, their fellow opponents, in a good stead in terms of their reputation of who they've been in there with as well. So in terms of Otto Wallin, we all know who he is. He's currently 27-2 with 15 KOs to his name, and two of his losses, one of them came as a knockout loss as well. He's currently 34 years of age, and he's 6'5.5" with a 78-inch reach, according to BoxRec as well. He's a Swedish national, but he fights outside, or he resides in New York, I should say, and he started his career back in 2013, and he's got a 55.56 KO% rate as well. So again, in terms of Otto Wallin, very experienced, good knockout ratio on his record as well, and he's very, very tall as a boxer as well as a heavyweight. Now, in terms of Wallin as well, he usually comes in around the 240 mark, give or take, in terms of his fights. And he's been in there with some good, credible names. So, again, we all remember the fight recently against Anthony Joshua, the knockout, or I should say the retirement that he did on his stool. But he's also been in there with a good name such as Gassiev as well, who's up and coming, potential for the future. Remember that war that he had as well with Tyson Fury back in 2019 as well. So yeah, he's been in there with a few decent names, but his record is screaming that he's got a lot of experience, and he's been in there with the who's. But I see this fight as pretty much a make way fight in terms of what does he have left in terms of the boxing as well, and how far could he go. Now, compared to Chisora, he's still a young pup because, again, he's 34 years of age. So, regardless of losing this fight, he's got potential of progressing and maybe going on a winning spree again in the future, maybe trying to fight for a world title. So, there is potential there. Now, in terms of Derek Chisora, very, very experienced. Been around a lot. His record currently screams out a lot of experience with 35 wins and 13 losses. 23 of his 35 wins have come by KO, and he's got 4 KO defeats on his record as well. And he's 41 years of age, 6'1" in height, so he is the shorter man, and he's also got the lesser reach as well, so 74-inch reach compared to Otto Wallin's 78. Originally Zimbabwean, but fights out of London, Finchley. And he started his career way back in 2007. So yeah, way back, I should say. KO percentage rate is 65% as well. But he is currently ranked, according to BoxRec, the 17th best heavyweight in the world. Whereas Otto Wallin, according to BoxRec, is ranked number 12. So again, yeah, not a lot in it for both guys, but in the UK, Derek Chisora was ranked as number 7 best heavyweight in the UK as well. And the only names that are above him are like White, Wardley, Okoli, Fury, Joshua, and Dubois as well. But Derek Chisora, his resume is unbelievable. He's been in there with pretty much everyone except Deontay Wilder, I should say. Joe George, Gerald Washington, Tyson Fury, Josie Parker, Alexander Usyk, David Price, Bill Carr, Dillian White, Carlos Takam, Caballero, Philip, I was going to say Philip Herkovich then, but it's not him, some other Philip guy. Yeah, so he's been in there with some big names, and he started his career way back as well. So Yeah, a lot of experience. So he's pretty much seen and been in there with all different types of styles as well. And for Derek Chisora, this fight is going to show me what he has left in terms of his boxing career. It will be his 49th professional bout, and he said many moons ago that he's only going to fight 50, so he's technically got one more fight left. So hopefully this fight, sorry, could become a win for him as well, turn that 35 into a 36. But for me, it's going to be pretty much a clash of styles. Now, we know that Derek Chisora generally starts fights quite quick, but he fatigues quite quick as well, and he will look to try and stay nice and close to his opponent, make it rough and tug and hard for his opponent to let their shots go, and try and catch them with big looping hooks and uppercuts every now and again. And he likes to, sounds bad, steal rounds and make it just nitty gritty ugly for these opponents as well. Whereas Otto Wallin has to try and keep Derek Chisora at bay in this fight. He has to use his jab and, try and have a very stiff, rugged jab and use movement to keep Derek Chisora away from him. Because if he doesn't, Chisora is going to smother him and make it hard for him. And the rounds could fly by before you even know it as well. So, yeah, for me, this fight, I could see a Derek Chisora win on points, but I could also see maybe a late stoppage for Otto Wallin. And I shouldn't really be saying that because Derek Chisora is very durable. But if Otto Wallin could get his tactics right, then Derek Chisora could potentially take maybe too much punishment towards the end, and maybe the referee could stop it. But for me, I think Derek Chisora is probably a little bit too smart for that, and he will find a way to just smother and nullify Otto Wardlin. So yeah, I am going to go with a Derek Chisora points victory. And it's in Manchester as well, so the crowd are going to be behind him. He's going to probably give him a little bit more energy as well. And both guys are talking about knocking each other out, but I just can't really see that a little bit. I just think something's got to give, and I think Derek is always going to revert back to tactics, and he's been fighting the same way now for a while, ever since, for many years, but ever since that Usyk fight where he made it all awkward and tough and rugged for Alexander Usyk. Sorry, he's been fighting the same way since the two Josie Parker fights, the Pulev fight, the Tyson Fury fight. So yeah, his style's kind of matched and made for him. But yeah, I'm going for a points victory win for Derek Chisora, but it is heavyweight boxing and pretty much anything can happen. Anyone could get knocked out at any point in time, but I could just see a 12-round war, and I think Derek Chisora was going to come out on top. And hopefully, if he could get past Otto Wallin, then maybe he could have a good trilogy with Dillian White, or maybe try and look for the Miller or Ngannou fight to end his career. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.